I bought every Elixir fragrance so you don't have to. What even is an Elixir scent? I think we should start off on the original trendsetter, which was Dior Sauvage Elixir. As far as I can tell, this is the first fragrance that just set it all off for brands in the modern industry to create an elixir concentration of their famous fragrance lines. What is an elixir concentration? To be honest, I don't really know. I went on the original official Dior Sauvage Elixir page, and it just says that the fragrance is extraordinarily concentrated, whatever that means. But generally, I kind of get the impression that elixir flankers of popular fragrance lines kind of take the original idea of a fragrance DNA and makes it more concentrated. Probably an extrait de parfum, I can't really tell you for sure. An extrait de parfum is any fragrance oil that is 25% or higher in the final product. It's not like in our own brand in Atrium, where we actually give you the final official percentage concentrations for our products. A lot of these brands kind of keep it very vague, but generally I get the impression that elixirs are extrait de parfums, very concentrated, more rich, intense, and usually quite sweet versions of famous fragrance lines. So that's the kind of thing you're going to get with all these fragrance flankers with the name of Elixir. And we've got about, I think, 7 or 8 fragrances actually from different lines here today, where for the most part they are sweeter, more intense, more powerful. A lot of people, they like that. I think with Dior Sauvage Elixir, it was such a big hit, it was such a commercial success that all other brands basically just copied them because they saw the success that Dior had with it. So I thought, you know, is there any point in buying these Elixir fragrances? Are they a gimmick or are they actually good? So I thought I'd help you guys out and try every single one of them. Most of these are samples, but hopefully I'll be able to share some useful information with you guys today. Let's begin. So first of all, let's start off with the one that set it all off. It is Dior Sauvage Elixir. So what is Dior Sauvage Elixir? Dior Sauvage Elixir isn't that similar to the original Sauvage in my opinion. You can tell they're the same line and they're both basically woody, spicy DNAs, but Sauvage Eau de Toilette was more fresh, crisp and aromatic, whilst Elixir is more deep, rich and more heavy and intense with its spiciness. It has notes like, I think it has anise in there, star anise, it has nutmeg in here, very heavy spicy notes mixed with a sweeter take on the Sauvage DNA. Some of that ambroxan still there, some of that lavender is still there as well. It smells more intense in its spiciness and more mature, more rich, more Middle Eastern as well, is what I'd say. So Sauvage Elixir to me is like the more masculine, intense, more spicy version of Sauvage that has a Middle Eastern effect to it. If you want to be loud, bold and confident with your fragrance, you want loud projection, it's a beastly scent. It does the Elixir name justice. That's what I like a lot about Elixir flankers, is that actually they do the performance justice. When you're buying an extrait de parfum, a lot of these Elixir flankers are more expensive than their original counterparts. You want to be getting the performance for the amount of money you're spending, and Dior Sauvage Elixir definitely does well in that department. It gives me around 12 hours with 2 sprays with a medium to loud projection. The thing about the Sauvage Elixir is that it's so intense. For me, it kind of gave me a headache even with 2 sprays in the dead of winter. That's why I gave my bottle away. So I think it's a fragrance you need to try. It's not for everyone. I think it's cool. I think it's a great idea and I can see why it was successful. And I think it's worth this price tag, even though it wasn't for me personally. So I'd give this an 8 out of 10. And then next up we have Hugo Boss Bottled Elixir. The Hugo Boss bottled line generally isn't that exciting nowadays. A lot of their flankers are kind of redundant in my opinion. They don't really do anything exciting, but bottled Elixir got a lot of hype and I think rightly so. I tried this in a department store, in a duty-free, in an airport, and I had to buy a full bottle very soon afterwards. I like the fact that this is kind of like Sauvage Elixir. I can kind of see why some people compare them. It's not really a clone or anything. It kind of is still its own thing, but it's spicy, smooth, and fuzzy. It has that fuzziness that Sauvage Elixir has, but it's more vanillic, just smoothed out in general. It's not as intense, easier to wear. I think this is a beautiful, soft to medium projecting 10-hour long lasting fragrance that really, I'm not sure if how much relevance it has to the original Boss Bottled at this point. It's so different to the original Boss Bottled, but it's spicy, it's sweet, it's sexy, it's masculine, a little bit mature, only a little bit I'd say. I'd say if you enjoy fragrances like Armani Code Absolute, you're gonna love this. I don't think they're the same, let's say, but I think they're a similar feeling in a way. So I think you'll enjoy this fragrance if you enjoyed Code Absolute. So check this out if you like the fragrance. Boss Bottled Elixir to me is a 10 out of 10. I think this is a really good flanker, easily worth the money as well. It's one of those Elixir fragrances that actually isn't too expensive. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys wanna see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. Then we had Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mal Elixir. This It's got a lot of hype online, especially on TikTok. People love the golden bottle, the hunk of a physique, which is modeled after myself, by the way, guys, in case you didn't know. And I think it deserves its hype. I think I can see why it's very successful. It's quite a simplistic fragrance. Again, not a huge amount of similarity to the original Le Male, in my opinion. I think it might have some notes like cinnamon and lavender in there that kind of overlap, but not really. I would say Le Male Elixir is kind of its own vanillic power bomb, really. It's like a loud vanillic, slightly honeyed fragrance that's a bit musky, smooth, creamy vanilla that just smells really attractive. It's really nicely blended. But to me, at the same time, I don't feel like any notes in there in particular stand out. They don't pop out. And actually, that's kind of my issue with Elixir fragrances in general. A lot of them you'll find in this video as well, that they kind of smell like gloop. I feel like a lot of perfumes nowadays smell like gloop, and they kind of have these really powerful aroma chemicals that are amber-based or vanillic, and you kind of get a lot of vanilla and amber. You can't really tell what note is popping out. You'll see this recurring theme as I talk about these fragrances. But yeah, Le Male Elixir is super sexy. I think it's a great clubbing scent, a great vanillic scent. And I think if you want to upgrade for something like a Versace Eros, let's say, you want to upgrade to a new vanilla scent for clubbing, then go for Le Male Elixir. It gets a 9 out of 10 for me. Then we have Paco Rabanne's Invictus Victory Elixir. I'm wearing it right now, and I think this is incredibly sexy. I was really shocked by this. I didn't really like the original Victory because I felt like it was a bit too dense, heavy, a little bit clumsy in its blends, and it felt a little bit too mature. This smells a little bit more youthful, better blended, more sexy. It's ambery, woody, a little bit spicy. It's sweet, but at the same time balanced. It has a nice projection to it, at least a medium projection, and a good amount of longevity as well. I wore this in Portugal. I feel like I couldn't test performance that extremely well, but you know, because just I feel like in hotter countries my nose just gets more nose blind more easily, and yeah, so I think it's a good long-lasting fragrance. I think that's the general gist that people on Fragrantica say as well, and I think you can wear this to clubbing. I think this would be a great scent to grab people's attention, and I think it's just really attractive. Again, a bit of a gloop fragrance. I can't really pick out notes that easily. I'm honestly struggling, but I would say it smells ambery, woody, spicy, kind of a little bit bubblegum-esque, but not really. It's kind of its own thing. I think it's Invictus grown up. It's not too similar to the original. So again, the Elixir has kind of gone so far from the original flanker, but yeah, I think this is a really solid release. More for cold weather, I give this a 9 out of 10. Then let's talk about Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Elixir. Now, I kind of felt that the 1 Million flankers in the recent times have been a little bit lackluster. Like the Parfum was okay, Royal is disappointing, and I think the Elixir now is one of the newest flankers. I think it's the most recent one. To me, this smells a bit more clean, still sweet and vanillic, and a little bit more white floral focused as well. So whilst Victory Elixir is more amber focused, this is more white floral, sweet, more bubblegum-esque actually, compared to the actual Invictus flanker, which is interesting. I kind of feel like this is like the successor of 1 Million Parfum. That was like a white floral, bright solar notes fragrance, had like literal notes called solar notes. And I felt like that was a bit of a lackluster fragrance. This is more sexy. I think this is a great scent. I feel like this is a 6 to 8 hours long-lasting, medium projecting fragrance. You can wear it again to the evening times, for dates, for clubbing. I think it's quite a versatile fragrance, whereas most of the year round. I don't think it blows me away. I think Invictus Victory Elixir smells more sexy, but this is a solid release. I think this is actually a really good 1 Million flanker that I think everyone should try out. So I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Then we have Gucci Guilty Elixir Pour Homme. Now, I smelled this one spray ages ago, actually, maybe like a month ago, where I went to the duty free, put one spray in my hand. I kind of thought it was lackluster, this was a boring scent. It kind of reminded me of Terence Hughes Homme or something like Amouage's Reflection Man, and it still does. It kind of is in that similar ballpark as Amouage's Reflection Man. If you like vanillic, woody, sweet, dense scents, this is the one for you. This is like Reflection Man made more dense and sweet. White florals, vanillic, super sexy though. I really like this actually. This has fantastic performance as well. This is not like overbearing and annoying like Sauvage Elixir, but I still get over 12 hours with medium projection. That performance is fantastic. I think you do have to spend a bit more for this fragrance, and I think it's worth it. I think this is a really powerful, really sexy fragrance you can wear most of the year round apart from the summertime. I think it might be wearable in casual daytime environments, maybe not for the office, but then you can wear it at nighttime as well for all scenarios. I think it has great versatility, a really sexy scent DNA. Again, it does remind me of Homme by Terence Hughes. I'm not sure if he still makes that fragrance. It's very like sweet, thick and vanillic. But yeah, if you're looking for a great vanilla scent with a twist on it, so it's not as simple as Le Male Elixir, but still very easy to like with fantastic performance, check out Gucci Guilty Elixir. Actually, I think it's really nice. I don't like the Gucci Guilty line that much in general, but I think this stands out. I give this a 9 out of 10. Hugo Boss The Scent Elixir for Him. Now this is a fragrance I was looking to try for quite a while, and again with a lot of the Hugo Boss The Scent flankers, I thought they're quite redundant, lackluster. I'm quite a hater towards Hugo Boss in general as a brand, and I was really looking forward to this because I tried this after the Boss Bottled Elixir. I thought they would do something great with the flankers here with this line, but actually I don't really like this. This smells quite generic. It smells like the classical The Scent line fruitiness. I think they probably had the Maninka fruit in here, even though it's not listed. It smells a bit leathery, it smells woody, then a little bit ambery. Kind of smells like the generic, like the original The Scent, the original one, but made more sweet, a bit more thick, higher concentration, the elixir concentration. Performance is decent, it's like 8 hours, but it just smells like they use really cheap materials here. I feel like this just smells super designer, super basic, and not in a good way, not even in a super appealing way. I feel like people will like this. If you're a beginner, then yes, fine. I feel like Hugo Boss is quite a beginner-friendly brand, but I don't think this is that great, honestly. I want to give this more than a 6 out of 10, but you can try it, I guess, if you like. Some people do like this, but I don't think that they're doing anything spectacular here. I don't think it's worthy of the Elixir name. And then finally, YSL Y Elixir, I don't know, it's a weird name, but basically YSL Y made their own elixir. I'm not sure if anyone needed that. I feel like this line has way too many flankers now at this point. It's going a bit silly now, but fine. A lot of people got hyped about the elixir, myself included actually, if I'm being honest with you. And I really was looking forward to trying this. A lot of people gave this quite a lot of hate online because they said it's overpriced. You know, the whole idea of this flanker for Y, so Y is quite a crisp, aromatic, fresh DNA. It's quite blue and easy to wear, versatile. Your dumb reach, grab and go. But the elixir adds now an oud note in there as well. So the oud note kind of has hiked up the price a lot more. This is like, well, at least double the price of the usual Y flankers. Is it worth it? So basically what it does is, I think they've used an oud base, and base in perfumery kind of is an amalgamation of different materials in one final concoction, which you can say it's a base. You use it like as a sort of pre-mixed ingredients in your perfume. And after watching Sam Mace's video on oud perfumery, I think that's what they've done here for YSL. They've used real oud, I think. I think there is a bit of real oud in here. When I first tried this on the back of my hand, I was like, no, this is not real oud when you smell it up close. But then in the air, you do have that effect of real oud. Real oud really does have this ambery, musky effect of it. It's multifaceted. I think there is a tiny bit of real oud in here. I'm not sure if it's a huge amount, but I actually really like the opening of the scent. I actually really like the first few hours of this fragrance. I think it smells incredibly sexy. To me, this is YSL's Y EDT. This is the closest flanker that it has to it. I think it is the Y EDT. They've upped the concentration and added this oud base in there with a hint of real oud. It's woody, musky, more sexy, a tiny bit animalic, but it's not overly done at all. Like, I think they know it's a YSL Y flanker. They don't want to make it too challenging. So I think this is a great scent, actually. I do like the scent, but I still do think it is overpriced. I do agree with most people. It's a great, versatile, you know, unique scent that has the YSL's Y EDT DNA in there with a twist of the oud. I think it's really attractive. I think if money isn't an issue to you, then yeah, go for this. I think you would be really happy. The performance is fantastic. I get easily over 10 hours, maybe, yeah, between 8 to 12 hours, something like that, with a medium projection. It's strong, it's good in the way it's blended. I think they've done a lot of things right here. It's just that price tag does make me question if it's worth it. I think if it was, you know, priced cheaper, let's say instead of £180, 120 max, I think that'd be fantastic for the price. Maybe one day they'll put it on discounters, who knows. So overall, I think it's a good scent. Try it out first. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And that concludes this video, guys. What do you think about all these brands coming out with their own elixirs of their flankers? Do you agree or disagree with this new trend everyone's doing? I kind of think it's a bit sad because everyone just kind of saw Dior Sauvage Elixir do well and they want to copy it. Like, where's the creativity? I don't approve, personally. I kind of just wish they'd actually just come out with new flankers entirely, some new ideas. But hey, that's why we created Atrium, because I wanted to put in more new ideas in perfumery for you guys. So go check it out if you haven't checked out our brand already. But yeah, overall, I've discovered some really great scents through this video. I actually really like some of the elixirs I've tried here today. I think my favorites so far are Boss Bottled, Le Mal, Victory Elixir, as well as potentially Gucci. I think Gucci is quite nice as well as a last place, but I really like it as well. So I think there's a lot of great scents here, guys. What are your thoughts? Have you tried these fragrances, or are there any that you now want to try because of this video? Let us know in the comments down below, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to check out our previous video on beast mode fragrances. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.